literally in my robe right now. I know I said I wasn't gonna come on camera on this here internet in my robe because it's a little too intimate, but I was just in the shower and I had this thought and I was like, I need to film this video, like no excuses, I need to get this out right now. My nails, these peeled off in the shower the other night because I didn't use a base coat. When it's time to redo my nails, it's such a pain to get the polish off because the base coat does its job. It makes it stick, it makes it not come off, and it just takes so much more time when I just want to be cute and relax and put on a new fresh coat. I don't want to spend extra time like filing down. So I didn't use a base coat this time around, and obviously I'm suffering the consequences of that. But as I've just said, instead of going to fix my nails so that my nails could be presentable for this video, I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I know it's gonna take me the next 30 minutes to an hour to redo these two nails. Like, yes, it's gonna take me an hour to do two nails. I know you're probably thinking like it really shouldn't take that long, but here's the thing, doing my nails, doing my hair, doing my makeup, I consider that self-care. And I do not rush self-care. Like, that's a non-negotiable. I'm not going to like speed up, do this, that, and that. Like, that's me time. That's me prioritizing myself and taking care of myself and doing things that I enjoy. And if I enjoy doing my nails, I'm not going to rush it just so I can film a video, which is what I was just saying. Like, if I take the time to do my nails, that is me making an excuse not to make the video, because of course I'm going to prioritize this present moment of doing my nails, and I'm not going to want to rush the experience because I prioritize taking the time to do my nails. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so I was just in the shower, and the thought that I just had was like, what if you're not an imposter? Like, you're not suffering from imposter syndrome, but your problem is that you simply just don't believe in yourself. A lot of times when people have imposter syndrome, they feel like they're not good enough. They feel like they don't compare to others who are already doing the things that they're doing or that they aspire to start doing. You're not an imposter. You're already at the level that you are capable of doing the same things that everyone else is doing, maybe even better, but simply because you don't believe in yourself and you don't have confidence and you don't have self-love and you don't, in some cases, you don't respect yourself, you're not giving yourself the opportunities to actually prove to yourself that you can do those things, that you are worthy of those opportunities. So you just have these limiting beliefs of you lying to yourself, saying like, oh, you know, I feel like I just have imposter syndrome, like I'm not ready to start doing this thing. I've been having similar talks with my friends about stuff like this. We're creative, we're business minded, we have a lot of ambitious goals and dreams and things that we want to achieve in our lives, but it's hard for us to actually like take the leap and do those things because we're like first generation Americans. We're the first in our families who are doing these types of things and pursuing these types of goals. So it's not like we really have any direction or influence to know like how to do these things, where to get the resources, where to get the help. It's like we're just relying on each other, but like the blind can't lead the blind, right? No, lead yourself. Like, a blind person can lead themselves. Like, you know how many blind people exist in the world? They're able to live sufficient lives and rely on themselves and have full lives even though they're blind. Even if you feel like you're lacking something, even if you feel like you have a disability or you have something that's holding you back, you are still capable of living a fulfilling life and achieving the things that you want to do. Even if you may need help, even if you may need additional resources, you are still capable of achieving a life that you want to live. But you have to believe in yourself and you have to be self-reliant, self-assured, and understand that it's not the outside environment that dictates where you end up in life, is how you respond and how you choose to navigate throughout that. I've said this many times before that I don't feel all that comfortable putting myself out there on the internet, specifically on YouTube. Like, there's certain video topics that I don't really want to get into, like, you know, talking about my personal life, relationships, and stuff like that. But at the same time, those are the things that are really important to me. And if there is something that I'm going to share on the internet, it's going to be that. Like, that's something that I actually have value and things that I can share and have some sort of authority of, like, knowing what I'm talking about. Like, just having the ability to self-reflect and analyze situations and then internalize that, but not into the point of you're internalizing that and putting yourself down, but internalizing that and being like, okay, I got this. Breathe, you know, rely on yourself. I can do this. You have the power to navigate any situation, but you have to believe that you actually can get through it and not just feel like you're stuck and that's that. You don't have to be embarrassed or ashamed or feel like you're so far behind everyone else. Like, there are people who are starting things for the first time every day. So you're not the first person in the world to do something for the first time, and you're certainly not going to be the last. So it doesn't serve you to get hung up on that and to feel so stuck in the beginning, because everyone has to start from somewhere, everyone has to begin, everyone has to have an idea and a dream, a purpose, an ambition. And if you don't know what that is, like, you just have to start somewhere and then you will find it along the way. And I'm speaking to myself right now because a lot of times I feel like I don't really know what my purpose is. There are things that I enjoy, there are things that I guess I'm passionate about, but in terms of like purpose and like what I'm meant to do with my life and what I want to do with my life, right now, currently, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know what that is. And it's frustrating and it's like really upsetting because I'm going to be 25 this year. I'm, thinking about the next 5 years. I want to start thinking about getting married. I want to have kids. I want to have, a certain life for myself. And it's like, I'm not currently in the position where those things really seem possible for me, where they seem attainable, where they seem realistic. And it's really discouraging to have these lifelong dreams of like, I've always wanted to have a family, I've always wanted to be a mom. Like, that's just something I've wanted since I was a kid. My uncles and aunts used to be like, you're too young to be thinking about having kids. Like, what do you mean you want to have 2 kids? You don't even know what it means to raise kids. Like, no, I don't, but I know that's what I want, like, no kid knows what it means to be an astronaut, but every kid you ask, the first job they want is an astronaut. Maybe not anymore because now it's like YouTube and TikTok stars, but you get what I'm saying. No kid fully understands what it means to have a career or like this lifelong dream. But when you ask kids what they want to be, they shoot for like this crazy thing and they don't fully understand what it means. So like, why is it so crazy for me to want to be a mom and have a family? And like, yeah, you don't understand what it means to be a mom and have a family. No one fucking does. Like, everyone learns for the first time. Imposter syndrome is not a thing for me in my life and how I'm applying the term imposter syndrome. There's no such thing. I'm not an imposter. I simply just don't believe in myself, and that needs to change. Like, I need to check that. I need to shift my identity and create this new understanding of who I am. And I've already started that process. Like, if you've been watching me for the last year or 2 years since my breakup, basically, I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I need to take responsibility for myself, and I need to like heal. Basically, you have to do inner work, you have to heal from past traumas, and you have to be super brutally honest and realistic with yourself, because if you're not willing to take a good hard look at yourself and admit your faults and understand why you are the way that you are, you can't honestly expect things to change and your life to get better. Like, that's just not how it works. It's just not. When I'm not filming, when I'm not writing my blog posts, when I'm not working for clients, I'm literally just writing in my journal and self-reflecting, and I'm like watching productivity and self-help videos and trying to understand, why do I respond to certain situations the way that I do? Why am I anxiously attached? Why was I codependent in my last relationship? Why am I in such a rush to like find a partner, to be in a long-term relationship so that I can get married and have kids? Like, why do I need everything to happen right now? Especially when I can understand that I am not ready right now. Like, even if I had a man and we were in a relationship for a year, like, after my last relationship, I met someone and a year later we're still together. Even if that were my current situation, I'm not ready to be a mom right now. I am not ready to be like a wife right now. So like, why am I wanting it so badly that it upsets me that that's not my reality? And I had to think about it a lot. I feel like if you are so invested in the future and you're so attached to this certain outcome, you are not present in the current moment. I'm just putting lotion on. You are not present in the current moment, and nothing will ever be enough for you. Nothing will ever satisfy you, because you're not even grateful or appreciative of what you currently have. So when you do somehow eventually reach those goals and you reach those milestones, it's not going to be enough, because nothing was ever enough. What about the life that you're already living? Like, is there literally nothing that you're happy about in your current life? Is there literally nothing about your current situation that you are proud of, that, makes you happy or brings you joy? Is there literally nothing in your life that you can look to for inspiration, or just to get through the day, basically? Like, is there really nothing for you to rely on? This has been on my mind all day, all week, and I need to talk about it. Like, I need to get it out, and it's not enough to just like talk about it in terms of like journaling or talking to my friends, because I've been having these conversations with my friends and it's still something that's on my mind. So it's like, I have a YouTube channel, I have a platform somewhat, so it's like, if it's still on your mind, this is obviously something that's on your spirit, and God is probably telling you that you need to share it. Like, someone needs to hear this. Like, it's not just for you, it's not just for your friends, it's not just for your family. Someone out there is going to find this video and they're going to relate to what I'm saying, and that's why I'm in like this manic, like, just get the video out, it doesn't matter, you're in your robe, like, it's okay, you can get dressed later. Like, you're gonna figure it out as you go along. Okay, so I'm dressed. I'm dressed, I have my lotion on, my knee hurts. I was like kneeled down, and I have bad knees as is, and that sitting like that for the last 5 minutes was not the best idea that I've ever had. But what was I saying? I'm about to do my face mask. So I have this mud mask that I've been trying out, and I do like it. I think you're supposed to use it once or twice a week. I started out using it once a week very consistently, like every Sunday night. Sunday's like my self-care night, my self-care day. Like, on Sundays, do not bother me. I'm not going nowhere, I'm not talking to nobody. But Sunday evening, I'm doing my skincare, fresh out the shower, I'm in my robe, and I'm like doing my whole little thing. But I didn't do it last night because I don't remember why, but I didn't get to it last night, so I'm gonna do it today. Just got out the shower. I have this little brush applicator, whatever, not a brush. I have this little applicator, silicone applicator, and I'm just gonna apply it while I continue talking and telling you guys that I'm just so frustrated with myself, because like, things aren't just gonna happen for you just because you want them to. You actually have to put in the work to do it. And I don't know, it was like important for me to say this, not just for someone else who might need to hear this, but because I really need to hear this, and I need to be so fucking for real with myself, because I am in this place where I'm just so frustrated that things aren't really panning out the way that I want them to. But then it's just like, well, what am I actually doing to work towards my goals? Like, am I actively working towards my goals? And if I'm being honest with myself, it's like, no, not really. Like, I am, but I could be doing so much more. I could be working so much harder. And I don't say that in the sense of hustle culture and like you always grind, like there's always more to do, like you always push yourself. No, like literally I am not really doing that much. I'm not actively working towards my goals. So it's like, how can I really be upset that things aren't panning out the way I want them to when I'm not even really putting in the effort, you know? Like, for client work, I work about 20 hours a week, if that. 20 hours is like when things are busy for me. Like, I'm basically part-time. Like, I'm full-time but part-time, if you know what I'm saying. Like, the type of work that I'm doing is like full-time scope of work, but sometimes the hours aren't really there, especially because I'm a really efficient person. So something that could take someone 2 hours, it might only take me 45 minutes. So, you know, I have the rest of that time to potentially work on my own stuff. But for me, like, I just haven't really been feeling fulfilled with the work that I'm doing. Like, I love my clients and I do like the work that I'm doing, but I have gotten to this point where it's like, there's a lot more that I want to be doing, especially in my personal life, and just having different types of projects that I'm not currently working on, that I put off a lot of the things that I should be doing during the day. Like, not just client work, but like, you know, things that I could get done within the day. I put them off, and I will just like sleep in and watch videos and scroll on social media and just waste the day away, to the point where I can't put off things anymore. Like, I can't put off my work. I can't like sleep. Like, I have to get up and do something. And then by the time I'm done like actually doing like my client work and doing things that like I can't put off, then I don't really have the energy or like the mental capacity to do things that I actually want to do. I don't have the time or energy for my hobbies. I don't have the time and energy to make candles and work on my candle business. I don't have the time and energy to write blog posts, to, you know, have my own platform outside of, you know, YouTube or Substack or, you know, all these other third-party places where I could be more active on as well. So it's like, be for real with yourself. If you're only working 20 hours a week, and that's like a busy week, but most of the time you're barely doing that, you have enough time to do the things you need to do. You have enough time to create a marketing plan for your candle company, you have enough time to land more personal design clients, to do projects that like really excite you and not just do projects that pay the bills, you know what I mean? And if you're not doing that, it's really disingenuous to be all like, woe is me, my life sucks, when I'm the one in control of that. You know, I'm in control of my actions. I'm in control of when I go to sleep and when I wake up. I look like Squidward. I look like handsome Squidward. So like be for real. If you're not willing to commit to your dreams and do the things that you need to do, you can't really be upset that you're stagnant and you're not getting closer to your dreams. Like, learn how to edit that video, learn how to make your first YouTube video, learn how to pitch to clients, learn how to market your side business, do the things that you need to do, learn how to not be codependent in relationships, so that when you do find someone, you're not like desperate and clingy and doing all the stuff. And that I have been working on. I'm nowhere the same as what I used to be. I don't normally do my face mask like this, like all messy, but because I'm looking at a camera and I'm not in the mirror, it's just very awkward. Like, I like to get very close to my eyebrows but not actually go inside them. And yeah, I literally just covered my eyebrow, but it's fine. You're supposed to apply it and then let it sit for 10 minutes and then you rinse it off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I might leave it on longer because honestly, I haven't really seen any negative effect to leaving it on longer. And I like the way that my skin feels after I take it off. So I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna let him cook. I like to make sure there's enough on my mustache. Does anybody else have like facial hair and you kind of like it? Like, I have a mustache and I don't shave my mustache because one, I don't want it to grow thicker, and then two, I think it's kind of cute, honestly, like when girls have like a little mustache or like little unibrow. I don't shave my unibrow. I did recently when I cleaned up the ends of my eyebrows for the first time in like 6 years. I was like, you know, might as well just clean up the middle too. But I got sad. Like, I get sad when I shave my unibrow, and I don't know if anyone else is like that. Like, I think they're cute. Not even just on girls. Like, when guys have unibrows, I think that's like, it's definitely a striking feature, and I like it. I think it's very attractive because like that's personal to you, you know. Not everybody has that. And that kind of like goes back to what I was saying, like in a weird roundabout way. It goes back to what I was saying about like imposter syndrome and not believing yourself and not liking yourself, because everyone has something that is unique to them. Everyone has something that someone else may look at and be like, I don't know about that, but like, because you have it, like, own it, rock with it. Like, don't be insecure, don't be like afraid to just be loud and proud with your mustache and your unibrow. That's your mustache and your unibrow. So like, share it with the world. If you're not going to be, you know, excited about it, then why should anybody else? You know, other people are gonna have their opinions, but like what you think and how you feel about yourself is 1,000 times more important than any of that. Sure, it's nice to have the validation. I've made videos about this before. Maybe I should redo that video and get more in depth, but like, yeah, it's nice to have the validation. It's nice to have the support. It's nice to be liked and loved and have everybody like being so supportive and happy for you, but like, you have to do that for yourself first. You have to be that for yourself first. I forgot to check the time so I know. 25. Okay, I have to keep talking for the next 10 minutes basically. Hey, this video is gonna be so long. It's already so long. But yeah, you have to be everything that you want out of life first. And that is something that I have personally finally have gotten to the point of like starting to do. Like, me doing this face mask and doing skincare, like, who is this feminine girly girl in front of me doing her face mask? Like, in 8th grade, I would not have cared about this. I was honestly, I hate to say that I was a fake me, but I was honestly like, not every girl's favorite color is pink. And now, what's my second favorite color? Actually, third. Is it second or third? Emerald green, powder blue, and blush pink. My third favorite color is pink. My robe, literally my robe that I wear every night after I get out of the shower, is pink. So like, people can change, but you have to like embrace yourself and be so real with yourself and take care of yourself. And that's why in the beginning of this video, I was saying it was so important for me to just make the video. It doesn't matter that I'm fresh out the shower and I'm in my robe and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to be in the internet on my robe. But it's like, it's important for me to like take my time to do my nails and do my hair and do my skincare. So I know that had I done those things first, I would not get to the video, because right now I would still be doing my nails. Like, it hasn't been an hour yet, I would still be doing my nails and the sun has already gone down just a little bit. Like, you can still see me, I'm still like clear in the frame, but literally the sun is already setting. Like, it's getting late. Like, this video was not gonna happen today if I did not just make the decision to just go and do it. You know, you just have to do that and take the initiative and be that girl. Like, be your own hype man, be your own hype person. Make yourself a playlist of songs, of hype songs, to like when you don't want to do something, you play this playlist and it gets you in the mood. You're like dancing and you're like, you know, get out of bed and actually do something with your life instead of just doom scrolling all day and all night, and then you're gonna be crying in the parking lot that your life sucks. Like, yeah, I did that, but here I am now. I live and I laugh and I tell the story so it's you, so that you don't have to have that experience that you're crying in the Burger King parking lot having a mental breakdown. That was my first mental breakdown, honestly, in college, and that's a story for another day. I just want to put this out there that like, life is so precious and you can do literally anything and everything if you want, if you have God. Like, girl, I don't be talking about my faith on this channel, which is gonna change. I'm definitely gonna start sprinkling in the word here and there, but like, you need to have faith that things are going to turn around, because it's like I was saying before, if you're not grateful for the life you have now, why would God bless you with more? If you are not praising him for giving you breath this morning and waking you up from your bed, why will he do that? Why would he do that tomorrow? If you're not grateful for having clothes on your back and food in your fridge, why would he give you your dream apartment? Why would he give you 1 million views on YouTube? Why would he give you $10,000 in your savings? Why would he do all these things for you if you're not even like living the life that you already live right now, and you're not already giving him the praise for that, and you're not giving yourself grace and understanding like you came from somewhere and you're here now, and then you can get to the next stop. You don't just like start from here and then all of a sudden you're over here. Like, it's a progress. These things take time, but you have to be actively working towards things. You have to have the faith, and you have to have a relationship with God and trust in him and trust in his timing. First of all, you don't get what you want, you get what you're ready for. God is not going to give you what you want just because you want it. He will give it to you when he knows that you're ready to receive that blessing from him. He will give you what you're praying for when you have actually put in the work to follow in the path that he has for you to achieve those things. Like, if you want to have a certain desired outcome, you can't go here, and there and do all this stuff thinking that's how you get it, when there's already a set path for you to get that thing. And if you're not a believer, then just ignore this channel is probably not for you. But if you are a believer, you get what I'm saying. You understand that it's not that simple of like asking and then he's gonna give it to you. Like they say like, asking you shall receive, but like, it's not that simple. You're not just gonna get it because you want it. You have to be ready. So you have to prepare yourself. You have to use this time as preparation. Like, your time is on your side. That is if there's one thing that you take away from this video, take away that time is on your side. Okay, if there's nothing going on in your life, that's a blessing. Focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on getting to the next step, so that when you are booked and busy and you have all this stuff going on in your life and you're living this full, beautiful existence, you are prepared to handle that. You are ready for that kind of life. Because I feel like there's nothing worse than wanting something and then immediately getting it and you are not prepared. You are overwhelmed. Like, imagine, people who go viral overnight. One day they're living their normal life and they post a little funny video, haha, and the next day they're famous, and then it's not so funny anymore, because then you have all these people paying attention to you, writing nasty comments. Some of them are probably going to be nice, but what if the video wasn't that funny to a lot of people? You thought it was funny, but it went viral because a lot of people didn't think it was that funny, and now you've got people on your back harassing you because you made this video and you didn't really put much thought into it, But now, like, hey, you're famous, like, you wanted to be famous, so you're famous, right? Like, no. If things aren't progressing at the rate that you want them to, just understand that it's a blessing. Understand that you are not ready to get the things that you want to get yet, and that's why you haven't gotten it yet. Just like I had just said, I know that I want to be married, I know that I want to have children, I know that I want to have family and like a big beautiful life, but am I ready for that right now? No. Like, if I'm being realistic with myself, no, I'm not ready. I'm not in a position where I would feel prepared to raise a child, even though I only want 2 kids. Like, I'm not trying to have like a fleet. I'm not trying to have 10 children. I just want 2. Like, just give me 2 and I'm good. Like, twins, get them out at the same time, God bless, that's all I want. But all jokes aside, like, I'm not ready for that. Like, let me enjoy being single, let me enjoy being young. Like, I'm about to be 25, in the next 5 years I'm gonna be 30. Like, let me enjoy my 20s. Why am I in such a rush to be 30 with kids? Why am I in a rush? Like, literally, why am I in a rush? I don't know. I should be happy that I'm 20, I'm young, I don't have any major responsibilities, like, I'm chilling. So why am I in a rush? Why am I upset that my life isn't busy? Why am I upset about that? There's no reason to be upset that I don't have a lot going on. Like, I have peace and quiet. I'm going to miss being 24, sitting in my bed, recording myself out of my windowsill or whatever. I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss having the opportunity to just get out the shower and record a quick video because something's on my spirit that I need to share with the world. Because, you know, I was like, I can't prioritize doing my nails because then I'm not gonna have the motivation to do the video. But 5 years from now, when I have kids, I'm not gonna be able to, like, this I won't have the privilege of saying, oh, I can't prioritize my nails because I want to make the videos. Like, I can't prioritize my nails because I have kids. I need to prioritize this crying child that needs my attention. That's why I can't make the video, right? So the fact that I'm even in this position and I have the choice, I have the freedom of choice to choose, is amazing. And that is not something to be taken for granted. And I'm saying that right now, and it's like clicking. It's clicking for me. So I hope it's clicking for you, because like I said, this video is for me as much as it's for anyone else. I'm literally just talking to myself right now. Like, quite literally, I'm talking to myself. This video is not just for me to come on here and be like, hey guys, I just want to make a video and hear myself talk. Like, no, like, I needed to hear this. Like, as much as I feel like someone else could benefit from this, I needed to make this video to hear the words coming out of my mouth and just have like this reality check of like, Jen, what the fuck? Why are you complaining? Your life is perfectly fine the way it is. Just be better about working towards the things that you want and stop expecting instant gratification. Stop expecting things to be easy, because it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, then you probably wouldn't want it in the first place, because there's a million different things that I could be doing right now that are easy for me to do, but I'm not, because that's not where my ambitions lie, that's not where my interests lie. So it's like, why are you getting upset that you want the things that you want and they're not easy? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but it makes sense to me. So as you can see, my mask is starting to dry and it's getting hard. It has been 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, so I might just rinse it off now, honestly. I don't know. I don't want to ramble too much, and as I said, this video is getting quite long and it's gonna take a minute to edit. I don't really enjoy editing videos, which is why I'm trying to do like more talking videos and not like a lot of vlogs. But honestly, homegirl might start getting back into vlogging, because as I was saying, oh my god, I got something in my eye. Oh my god. Yeah, we're up close and personal. Isn't this so intimate? I was talking about I don't want to be in my robe, but this isn't that crazy? Like, I was fully clothed in a robe. Like, yeah, it's like what I wear at night after my shower. Like, I don't want to think about that, but it's like literally this, I feel like this is more embarrassing and more like, I should not want to be on the internet like this, but I'm okay with like a face mask. I don't know. I don't need to unpack that right now, but I know it's itchy. Damn, I was about to say something too, and it was gonna be so insightful, and I just forgot because I got distracted by scratching my nose. Ah, damn. I have returned. I'm gonna dry my face. I do not use towels on my face. I use a tissue to dry my face, because I stopped using towels, and that actually did help with my acne. Like, you can see my skin is pretty clear. I'm not using any like prescription acne medication or anything like that. Literally the only skincare that I really do now is I have a like a mild facial cleanser. It's like this Japanese brand. I don't really know what it's called because again, it's in Japanese. And then the mud mask that I literally just did. Those are the only two products that I really use on my skin. I do still have my Korean skincare products. I did make a video like 2 years ago using those products. I still have them, but I do not use them. That's like when I'm like feeling extra fancy and like I'm doing skincare just for the fun of it. Like sometimes I do have I will buy like sheet mask or like, you know, other types of masks, and I'll put those on like just for fun, not for me like actually taking care of my skin, but like I'm bored and I just want to do like a cute girly activity. So I do still have those, but literally in terms of like my daily weekly skincare, I just use a mild. I also started using a salicylic acid cleanser. I think it's by CeraVe, I'm not really sure, but that's the other thing. Yeah, so every night I wash my face with that cleanser, and once a week, or like 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how I feel, because sometimes I just forget and I just want to climb into bed. But a couple times a week I'll do the mud mask, and then the mild cleanser. I used to use it every day, but I noticed that it really doesn't make a difference. It's really just good for removing makeup. So on the days when I wear makeup, I will wash my face with that cleanser first. It gets all of the makeup off, obviously, because I think it's an oil-based cleanser, so it's just really good at removing dirt and makeup. I use that, and then after that I follow up with my acne wash. It's not technically an acne wash, but I've been using it as an acne wash, the salicylic cleanser. And yeah, that's basically my skincare routine. That's how I've been maintaining clear skin. I did break out recently because once a month, when it's that time, I do break out. So all of these here, these are just my natural hormonal acne. But I don't really get like breakouts like when I was a teen, like when I was in 8th, 9th grade, when I started getting acne, because that's just what happens when you're in 8th, 9th grade. But now that I'm a woman, I don't really break out like that unless it's once a month. But overall, I've been able to keep my skin pretty clear just by using those 2 to 3 products. But that's not what I came back to say. I came back because while I was rinsing out my face, I also wanted to share that, like I alluded to earlier, saying that I want to get more into my faith on this channel, and I want to speak more candidly about like my journey with my faith and talking about like my relationships and stuff. The reason why I changed my mind about that is like, one, you can change your mind at any time. Just because you decide that you don't want to do something doesn't mean you can't later on decide that, you know what, I am going to do something. It's just a matter of being realistic and honest with yourself and creating boundaries so that you can still respect your peace. Because if initially you didn't want to do something, there are reasons for that. So if you then change your mind, are those reasons still applicable? Like, are you still not wanting to do those things and you're just doing it because of like external forces telling you to do it, or you know, different situations? Like, did anything change for you to now want to do the thing you didn't want to do before? For me, I still feel like I don't really want to put my life out there too much. I'm a very private, personal person. But again, there are things that I want to talk about that are on my spirit that I feel like I need to share. Not just for me to like talk and get it out, but because I feel like someone needs to hear it and it needs to get out there. So for me, it's just a matter of having boundaries. Like, there are things that are sensitive topics, and maybe I won't go all in detail, but I still want to at least put the message out there for those who need to hear it. And of course, like for myself too, of like being able to speak my truth. And it's literally something that I was thinking earlier today of like, I don't owe anyone anything, like aside from like common decency and basic respect. I don't owe like specific individuals anything. Like in the case of talking about my ex or like previous relationships, I don't owe that man anything for me to be like, oh, like, but what about his feelings if I talk about our relationship and something that he said that hurt me? Like, I don't owe him anything to be nice. Like, if he somehow sees my, like, I honestly doubt he's even gonna watch my videos, but if he for some reason watches my videos still, hey, how are you? But if he does still watch my videos and I say something that upsets him or like puts him in some sort of mood, maybe he should have treated me better. Maybe he should have not said that thing or did that thing for me to now come up on here and reflect on that experience and how it hurt me and how I had to grow from it and heal from it and all these things. Maybe I would have better things to say about people if they were better people, you know what I mean? Of course, I'm not just gonna go start bashing people, like that's not what I'm out here to do. But for me to be so concerned about like protecting people's feelings, like where was that protection for me? Where was that care and consideration for me when we were together, when we were friends, when we were, you know, whatever? Like, why am I now like limiting myself and holding myself back and not pursuing things because I'm afraid of like what other people are going to think about, you know, this person that I used to be friends with? When I talk about why we're no longer friends, like, people are gonna say like, oh, like, how could they do that? Like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, why am I getting upset and trying to protect them when they weren't there for me in that way, when I needed them to be there? You know, like, no one was concerned about like how I would look when they said and did certain things. Getting back to the topic of faith, I haven't really talked about my faith on this channel because I'm just like, I don't really want to be like a Christian YouTuber, like, where that's like my whole brand. But also it's like, what's wrong with that? Why not, you know, talk about faith and become that girl? If that's my path, that's what I'm destined to be, then so be it. I forgot to put lotion on. Earlier, when I was first getting dressed, I was using Cetaphil. Not sponsored, obviously. CeraVe and Cetaphil are not sponsoring this, but what I use on my face, my moisturizer, I use CeraVe. I had like this skin breakout a couple years ago. I think it was triggered by stress. When I was like working a really toxic, demanding job, my skin just broke out one day. And I was like, what is this? Like, it was like a big rash. At first I thought it was like ringworm or something because I was like sick. That job literally just ran me into the ground. Like, I got physically sick from that job many times. So I was like, maybe it was ringworm because I was like sick. I had a high fever and I had to call out of work because I just couldn't go in anymore. But then I went to my doctor and she took a look and she was like, this looks like psoriasis. And I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I can't really do anything about it, so you have to see a dermatologist, blah blah blah. But long story short, by the time my appointment came around, the rash had cleared up by itself. I had healed on my own and it went away. But lately I have been really stressed and it has come back. I don't know if you can see on my neck, all these dark spots. It's starting to fade. They don't itch anymore, but like all over my arms and my legs and like basically my whole body, I just had like this weird rash breakout. And I think it was a combination of stress and an allergic reaction because I was also using this body mist like directly on my skin. Normally I don't spray fragrances on my skin because I do have sensitive skin. That is something I already know about myself. So like, you know, sometimes I'll touch something and my skin will get irritated, it'll get red. So I don't put a lot of stuff directly onto my skin. But I was like experimenting with this fragrance. I was like, ooh, it smells so good. I sprayed it directly on my skin. And then I was like planning a big campaign and it was very stressful, and then something happened that was like really upsetting. So I think all those things combined was like the perfect storm to cause like a flare-up. Whether it is psoriasis, I still don't know, because again, by the time I had my dermatologist appointment, it had cleared up on its own. It never came back, so they couldn't diagnose me with anything. They couldn't really do anything about it. And this time around when it came back, I was like, it's probably just an allergic reaction. It's probably just a stress rash. I didn't end up going to a dermatologist because I'm just like, it went away last time, it's probably gonna go away this time, and it is going away. But all of that to say, back then when I first got the rash, I went to see the dermatologist and they told me to use Cetaphil and CeraVe. So I've been on that for the last 6 years or so, and that's why my skin is so beautiful and luscious. Yeah, that's also why I think my acne has been under control. Like, obviously my age plays a role. Like, I'm an adult woman, I'm not really gonna have like teenage acne. That's just not a thing for me, at least. Because I know like some adults still have like cystic acne. I'm not one of those people, I don't think. But yeah, I've been using the moisturizer on my face. Technically I use it all over my body, so I'm very bougie. I may have said this in a video before, probably not, but in the shower I use 4 different soaps. Yes, I do. Every day when I shower I use 4 different soaps, and then I use 2 different types of lotions. I use the Cetaphil lotion that I was using earlier, and then I cover it or follow up with the CeraVe moisturizing cream. So technically it's a lotion and a moisturizer, but semantics, they're 2 different types of lotions. So yeah, I'm a bougie girl. I use 4 different types of soaps, 2 different types of lotions, and then I like to spray myself with a little perfume. Although I really only spray myself when I'm going out, when I'm just lounging the house. I don't typically, especially after my skin broke out, when I was trying to be all fancy and be like, ooh, I'm gonna spray myself and be all smelling good when I'm in my room just chilling. It's like, no girl, Your skin doesn't want you to do that. I have been rambling for 52 minutes. It's gonna be a lot to edit down. I'm gonna try to get this out today because I'm trying to be consistent again. And my last video was almost 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna try to not make it be 3 weeks. I'm gonna edit this down. I'm gonna get it down today. If you guys take anything away from my video, please, again, just be patient, trust the process, trust in God. He will put you where you're meant to be when you're ready to be there. Do not give up faith, do not give up hope, do not give up on your dreams. I'm saying this to myself as well. Do not give up on your dreams, because life is worth living and there's so much more that you are destined for, but you have to be here to experience it, to live it, to embrace it. And yeah, just understand that things are going to get better, and I will see you next time.